guys, welcome back to Winter Pantry, and I'm super happy to be back. I'm excited to show you a little bit of what our trip was like. We had a great vacation, and it was much needed to take away from everything, including my YouTube channel. I needed to take a break. It's the first break I've had since I started the channel 5 years ago, and so I decided to just take the break, enjoy the time we had, and we had no internet connection, so it was a good time spent away from all those distractions, and we really enjoyed it. We did not get an elk, but that's okay. We had tons of fun. The dogs had a great time. I got to go fishing. It just was so fun and relaxing. And I did some Dutch oven cooking for you guys. So I hope you enjoy that. If you want to see more of that, go ahead and leave me a comment in the comment section. And don't forget to check the links below, because I'll leave you a link to a wonderful Lodge Dutch oven that you would use for this type of cooking. And let me tell you, they're a lifetime investment. You never have to replace them. Sometimes you can find them at a garage sale and refurbish them. They're wonderful. I did tons of stuff while we were gone. I made biscuits, I had jambalaya, I did soup, we did a chicken and biscuit bake, I did dump cake, what else? Oh, I did bread, and or bread rolls, I will say. And they did fantastic, and it was easy. I used less than, well, I brought an 18-pound bag of charcoal, and it used a little over half the bag, so less than 12 pounds of charcoal, and it goes a long way, and I just really enjoyed it. And I wish I would have started bringing the camera along for other Dutch oven cooks that I've done in the past, but now we're back, and if you want to see more of that, go ahead and let me know. So if you're not a subscriber, I hope you subscribe for more of these kind of videos. I'm going to go ahead and let you watch the video, but stay tuned. I've got lots of canning coming up. I've got end of the garden, how my fall garden's doing. We had our first frost last night and snow, and how that's all doing. Those videos are all coming very soon. So I can't wait to be back in the swing of YouTube and enjoying all of your comments and support. I appreciate everybody that checked on me too. So thank you. All right, enjoy the video.
Okay, so we got Elk Camp 2016. Oh my gosh. Okay, I've got the tent set up. We've already moved once to find this awesome camp spot, and it rained all day yesterday and early this morning before our showers. But we got the trailer over there, the truck, the Polaris. The guys have been out 2 days. This is the third day we've been here, and the rain makes it a little bit more difficult, but we got our coolers back behind the cook tent, and dog food right there. We got a propane heater inside the tent, and I actually I put that vestibule up by myself yesterday because the rain was getting so bad. And this is a supply tent here. Back there is our shower tent, and there's a little buddy heater in there, a little chair, camp chair, and then we have a shower pump with hot water. And this is my kitchen for a little bit here. Sorry for the mess, but it's hard to stay clean. Oh my gosh. So I got my supply boxes, my freezer, which I got to take out what we're going to have for dinner. See, there's a cooler back there, and the camp chef. And I brought the grill attachment. Plus, I have my Dutch oven, and I'm going to cook some Dutch oven stuff, some biscuits and stuff like that. But I did cornbread that came out fantastic, and I forgot to bring my briquette chimney starter, so we're going to buy one. We're going to town today. And so I did it on top of the stove and just kept heating the lid up so it worked like an oven, and it came out beautiful. So anyways, I'm going to get our food for tonight out and go ahead and shut everything down. We're going to go to town, and I'll be back when there's something to talk about. Maybe when I'm making dinner tonight. Oh, and we have this heater for in here, so I'm not cold, and The dogs can come in here and lay down. And they are currently in the truck taking a nap. Mikey's loading up the truck. Got to get the propane going. We're going to top off our propane tank because the heater's been going every night all night. And we've got to top off some water jugs too. So that's what we're doing. And I would have shown you how we packed the truck up, but I can tell you we got to our first camp after dark and just set up the small tent over here. And he's taken this propane tank and gonna top that off because we use that a lot. But maybe I'll show you as we're packing up. So day 3 underway. Okay, so 3 days of rain. Today is our first break in the weather. And I'm really happy because things can dry out now. Now, cook shack kind of got wet a couple of times, but everything survived and stayed nice and warm because of this guy. And Ragnar is saying it's almost dinner time. Could you please get my munchies? But no, we're going to go for a run. Sage and Strut and Shotzi, and this is such a great camp, you guys. Let's go for a run. You guys want to go? Come on, let's go. Come on. We're going this way. It's pretty. Fall colors are coming out. Now I'm going to have to whistle once in a while, so hopefully it's not too loud. Anyway, we're going to go for a walk down to the little river that we're on, and I'll turn the camera back on when we get down there. Here everybody comes. It's going to be great. They love this. We do this about 3 times a day. Mrs. Brian and Jeanette's camp in that tent is the same brand. It's an electric. You get them in Cabela's, just like ours, only theirs is 15 years old. So they're almost ready for a new one. They're great tents though. So here we go. They love this stuff. And Gibbs and Ziva are trying to come along this one. We all went last time, but this time it's just me and the dogs. The guys are out hunting elk. They're after a bull, but you know, it doesn't always work out for you. So this is great. There's campsites all along this river on both sides. And it's not very deep, but they say there's fish in here, so maybe now that the weather has cleared, I can go get a fishing license and fish for a few days and see if I can catch anything. Because I know the dogs love being down here. So, good boy, Ragnar, good boy. All right, I'll show you the water here. Okay, so here's another part. No campers right on this part of it, which is nice. And upstream a little bit is a really great spot. The dogs played in the water, fetching the stick earlier. Had a great time, but isn't that great? So they said there's little kokanee and trout in here. But who knows? You guys stay over here. Don't. Come here. Gibbs, you better listen. Oh boy. Your mama's gonna be mad if I lose you. Okay, so, and then over across there, it's just gorgeous. All these hills around us. So this is what we've got. We come down here, take the dogs for a nice hike, go back to camp. I'm gonna make some jambalaya for tonight and in my Dutch oven, but I'm gonna do it with the camp chef, so I'll go ahead and bring you along for some of that. So I'll meet you back at camp. And I'm gonna gather up my puppadoos. Hi buddy. Good kids. There's everybody except for Gibbs. Okay. Well, and Sage. So I'll meet you back at camp. Okay guys, so as I promised, we're gonna go ahead with the jambalaya. And I've got my Dutch oven here on the camp chef. I just turned the stove on. And so, super easy. I pre-cut everything, pre-measured, except for all the spices. I've got andouille sausage here that I sliced into coins. A little bit of oil to get it started, and this is such a good sausage. Spicy and smoky. Yum! And we're going to just let that render some of its fat and get a little brown on it, because that's going to add a layer of flavor that you can't get unless you do this step. And as soon as I start to see a little bit of brown, then I'm going to go ahead and add my chicken as well. So I want my chicken to have that flavor, but the brown, and then it's time for the veggies. How fun. It is an absolutely gorgeous day for camping. We have enjoyed every second of it today. It's just been wonderful. And I've got my camp chef set on medium to medium low. I don't want it to go too hot and too fast, but I will do a video for you when I make biscuits in this, because we're going to have biscuits and gravy at some point. I made biscuits last night. I made a cheddar and herb biscuit in these that was phenomenal. It was so easy to do it with the coals on the top and the bottom. Dutch oven cooking is one of my favorite things to do when we're camping. And I have a pretty good collection of Dutch ovens. I only brought one with us this time, but I think next time I'm going to bring two. Alright, so this is browning up pretty quickly, and we're ready, I think, to go ahead with our chicken. So it's cubed up chicken breast. Normally I would use thighs, but I happen to have these, and we had chicken last night, and I saved one of the breasts for this particular recipe. And this can go over here. Garbage. Guess I don't need my dog whistle. Oh, it already smells amazing. And the chicken is taking on the color of the andouille sausage. The paprika and Cajun spices in there. Yum. So I'm going to let this cook till almost done and throw in my vegetables. And I've got a combination of one bell pepper, equal parts of bell pepper, onion, and celery. So we've got our trinity, and it's ready to go in there, all cut up. Oh, and there's about 6 cloves of my homegrown garlic to go in as well. We're going to be using brown rice for our rice. You'll need 1 red solo cup of brown rice to 2 solo cups of chicken stock. And I'm also going to put in a can of home canned crushed tomatoes. And we'll season it up, and it's time to let it just simmer and cook until it's ready for the shrimp. And we've got 16, 20 count jumbo shrimp. It's all pretty in close. Okay, I'm not sure about the lighting, but that's what we got going so far. And I was trying to remember what size Dutch oven this is. And I believe it's a 4-quart, maybe a 5. But absolutely fantastic. We're almost there. And you could take these out and reserve them on the side. If I was at home, that's what I would probably do. But because I'm not, and I don't want to do a lot of extra dishes, the veggies are going to go right in the same pot with the same stuff going on. And then when I'm further along, and these have sweat down good, I'll go ahead and bring you back. And these will reduce down. It's going to be delicious. All right, so now we've got our vegetables are sweating down very nicely, and they're letting off some liquid in the bottom of my pan, which is perfect. That's what you want to see. I'm going to add some crushed red pepper flakes because we like it spicy. About a half a teaspoon or so. We've got garlic in there, but I want some cayenne, some paprika, and this is like a camping spice holder, so it's got quite a few spices on it. I'm going to go ahead and give it some of that, and some cracked black pepper. And I have a really nice Cajun spice blend that we're going to use, but it's time to put our tomatoes in. So sorry about all the background noise. We're here on a weekend, and lots and lots of people coming and going. So home canned crushed tomatoes, yum, from last year. I was so excited when I found those. Okay, and this would be, I believe that this would be a Creole type jambalaya, because Cajuns don't put tomatoes in there, I don't believe. Or maybe it's the opposite. But we're going to go ahead and let this simmer. I'm going to add my rice, and now I'm kind of contemplating not doing a whole solo cup of rice. I'm going to add 1 coffee cup. Okay, that's a patented standard move right there. We're going to add some chicken broth to give it somewhere to go, and then we'll still have room for the shrimp when it's time. And this was brown rice, so it's going to take a little bit of time. So let me get the chicken stock in, and I'll be back when we're further along. Okay guys, so we're going to go ahead and take the lid off and set that aside. And I just put 2 pounds of 16, 20 count shrimp in here. And we're just going to let it simmer, and the rice is right there, done. The vegetables are nice. Still got enough broth in here that it's not dry. I do not like dry jambalaya. So we're going to let this, it's on low, go ahead and cook the rest of the way, and then it's going to be time to eat. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. All right guys, let's put the lid back on. Okay, so tonight we're doing a Dutch oven cook, or should I say another one. I'm getting my chimney all done up for my coals, and I do it in that foil pan. You can do it in the dirt, but I wasn't going to dig a little pit, so I've got everything prepped in my, I believe this is a 5-quart Dutch oven. I've already used this, let's see, I made cornbread that came out beautiful. I made biscuits, a cheddar and herb biscuit. That was also delicious. And tonight we're having, ta-da! That is a pork tenderloin that I filleted out wide open, and I stuffed it. First I slathered it in my homemade maple barbecue sauce, and then I stuffed it with linguiça sausage and some cheddar cheese, wrapped it in bacon, seasoned with mesquite seasoning. Those are homegrown carrots and potatoes, and there's an onion down at the bottom, sliced thick, and some chicken broth with some butter. And that's what's for dinner with a salad. So the guys don't get back on these elk hunts. They don't get back till late. So this will be done and still holding warm when they get home, and I'll be able to make up a plate for Michael, and there you go. That's what's for dinner. I'll try to get a picture of it, but it's going to be dark, so I doubt I'll be able to. But we've had a great time. Went fishing today. Got a fish and it got away. Bummer. Okay, so it's time to look. It's been about an hour. Maybe not that much. Maybe 45. But look at that. Woohoo! It is bubbling. The bacon's starting to brown on top, and everything else is braising in the bottom. I can't wait, and it smells amazing. So what I'm going to tell you is, my roast is going this way, so I want to make sure that I get that bacon browned on top by placing my briquettes. And you always want a little more briquettes on top than on the bottom. I don't get technical and count them because I don't cook that way, but there's more space between the center of your Dutch oven and the top of your Dutch oven, and the bottom is different. So that's why I do it that way. So we're going to have a delicious dinner, and I'll bring you back for something else on our camping trip because it's been fantastic. Okay, so tonight we're going to have a dump cake for dessert. I've made, so far in this, I've made a chicken and biscuit bake. I've made a biscuits for biscuits and gravy and biscuit sandwiches for in the morning. I also did a stew. I've gotten a, what else did I do? I'm going to do stroganoff in it, and tonight we're having a dump cake. Now at the bottom is a quart jar of my home canned rhubarb pie filling that I brought with us, a box of cake mix, and you can use any kind you like. You know, you could even use, if you had cherry pie filling, use a chocolate cake and make it kind of a chocolate cherry. But then I've got a cube, or a cubed butter, or one container of butter, I want to say, half a cup anyways, on top, and it's going to bake. And you just use this just like an oven. I have made now 6 different things in this on this vacation, and I've used less than 12 pounds of briquettes. I brought an 18-pound bag, and we're barely past the halfway point. They're very efficient. So there you go. I'll try to give you a look-see when it's all done, and it should be done in about 40 minutes. 30 to 40 minutes, just like an oven. All right, guys. Okay, guys, I smell cake. That's what makes me know that this is probably done. And I haven't timed it. I'm not going to. I'm camping. Why do I care? I smell it. It's perfect. Look at that. It's brown on top. Everything's bubbling through. I'm going to take this off the coals and just set it on the camp chef so we have dessert ready for tonight. So, yum. Rhubarb dump cake. Who doesn't want some of that? Oh my gosh. I love Dutch oven cooking. Okay guys, now we're packing up after an all-night rainstorm. It was pretty wet this morning. Been letting everything dry out, and I'll turn the camera around and let you see. We're almost done, but it's a puzzle. Just letting you know. And, oh, there he is. He's packing up, getting ready to take a shower. And that'll be one of the last things we take down. But let me show you what we got going on. It's been a wet and mucky, muddy day. Okay, let me turn this around. So in the back of the truck, we have the coolers, the big Orca cooler, the little Orca, which I'm telling you, it's the best investment ever. Lifetime guarantee. You never have to buy another cooler. They keep everything. The little one kept our dry ice and everything frozen, rock hard solid for over a week. And then it started thawing. But I still had time and used up any perishable items first. Then the big Orca and one of these was for food, but now that it's all, incorporated into that. Our tubs are there up on top on the rack that my son made. Thank you, baby. We've got our empty water jugs and some, like the Camp Chef, and the accessories for that go up there. And he is packing up sorry for the glare, he's packing up the Ranger, the 2 dog crates that are full of gear. This is full of, because we emptied coolers, so you kind of start rearranging stuff. That's got dirty clothes in it, in bags. And shower tent, last thing to go down, or one of the last things. And then he's heating up the water, and then we'll tear down the Camp Chef and get that put away. This toolbox has gas cans that travel on the back of the trailer. And we got the tent down and dried out. Thankfully, we don't have to put it up when we get home. We even got rained on this morning though, so now we've got everything over there. We've got our what we're gonna have for dinner tonight, everything we need to cook with, pretty much over there. And we're gonna have a campfire, so maybe I'll bring you back for a little bit of that. But it's been a great trip, huh, honey? Yep. Yeah, we had lots of fun. Got a great vacation with our dogs and our friends, and couldn't have picked a prettier spot. So, still drying out. I mean, look at the mud puddles. It's a muddy, mucky mess. But we've got our little tent set back up for us to sleep in tonight, because that takes about 10 minutes to tear down and put in a bag. And that tarp was underneath our big tent, which we had. It's drying out right now, as well as this tarp. And we're gonna have a campfire. I'm excited. So Brian and Jeanette are all packed up. Just about. And nobody killed each other yet. Alright, so we got our table and a picnic table here so we can eat dinner tonight. And we got kind of a cluster going on over here, but that's alright. We'll fix it all up and have a nice evening. Our last night in camp. So much fun. I wish you guys were here. Well, you are, huh?